Hello all, and welcome to the first video of 2019. It's just Harry and I today. Oliver has decided that he didn't want to come out. It's starting to rain, but it's not cold. It's quite humid actually. It's about 9 degrees today. High of about 11 today and lows of 6 during the night. So it was frosty during this last night, but nothing that we couldn't handle.
We've had lots of interest about the worm snugs.
We've had interest from right across the globe. The latest comment was from Israel, where someone thought it was a fantastic idea and asked where we put them in our worm bins. What we find is that we soak them in water and literally put them on the top of each worm bin.
And then they climb into the little holes.
Hold it up to the camera so people can see.
They climb in the little holes.
Turn around that way so they can see. There's a video which we'll link to on YouTube where we show you how to make these. The worms absolutely love them, and it's a great way to recycle cardboard. Today Harry's sporting his lovely NASA coat there that Santa brought for him. Let's get the worm shed open, please, Harry. Can you lift worm bin 5 out for me, please, Harry? Open the worm bin. These worms are eating very well indeed. This is the one that last week had a lot of cabbage and carrot left on top. Do you remember?
Yes, and they've eaten it all.
Yeah, they've eaten a lot of it. We need to give them some food and some paper.
Maybe some porridge oats.
I think so. Okay, right. I think a bit more than that, Harry. As this bin seems slightly wet, we're not going to wet the paper or the porridge oats. We're just going to feed the worms some porridge oats. But when a worm bin gets too wet, it can turn it like a swamp, like a stinking mess. So when a worm bin gets too moist, we just add oats and water. No water. We add oats and paper, and that absorbs some of the water out of each bin. And that way you don't have to worry about it getting too anabolic. Some lovely juicy worms on Harry's hand there. We've left the worms on his hand to show you how big the worms are compared to a 7-year-old's hand. Brilliant. This is the worm bin that we've put some Espresso pods in to test to see how the worms get on with digesting it. These have been in here over a month and no sign of any of, like, they're still as hard as the day we put them in there. Last week we thought we had some success because the worms were sniffing around it, but they're going over to it, but they're not eating it. They're just not showing any signs of interest in it. But so we need to establish what the difference is between compostable and biodegradable is. This is one of these wonderful worm snugs, absolutely heaving with worms. So simple yet so fun. The worms love it. There's some worms down there that was underneath the worm snug. This bin's absolutely brimming with lovely sized worms. Beautiful. Brilliant, that's a really good bin again, Harry. Let me just bring the pods. What we'll do this week, Harry, is we'll try burying the pods slightly in underneath the soil a bit. And we'll see if then the Espresso pods actually get eaten this time. Just open up this bin and it's absolutely heaving with massive worms. And there's cocoons in there, visible too. Beautiful. So if there's cocoons in here, that's a worm cocoon. And the camera can pick up on that or not, but that's a worm cocoon on my thumb there. As you said in previous videos, they start off clear yellow and then slowly get darker and darker and darker until eventually they're almost red in colour. And right on cue, here comes Harry with fresh vegetables for the worms. Brilliant.
This one's heavy.
Okay. Right, you break this one down for me. Right, what's on the top of this one?
Banana leaf.
Right, okay. Wow. This is the bin that last week had a lot of carrot and cabbage in it, and all the worms are on top. As you can see, they're all lively enough and moving around. Do you want to pick some up, Harry? Go a big handful. Look at all them worms there. Hold them still. Beautiful. Beautiful. Can you drop them down there? Someone commented on one of our social media platforms last week saying that our worms looked cold. We keep the worms in polystyrene boxes and then inside a plastic greenhouse and then inside a shed that's lined with a plastic tarpaulin. We don't think the worms are particularly cold. Now we will have a cold snap that we will fall into minus temperatures, but at the moment this is the best way we find at storing our worms. We do have another shed with a few worms in there, but it's more of a trial and an error. It's another bin with a worm snug in it. You see the worms are looking well in there. Worms are active in there. Lots of action in there. Loads of worms. If I remember rightly, this was the very first bin we set up back at the end of September. Still active, still going strong. Right, quick change of plan here, Harry, because the rain's coming on, so we're going to have to end this video short and then do a recap inside the house. Right, that was a very quick sudden downpour. If you know Belfast weather, you'll know what we mean, but 4 seasons in a day, and that was pretty apt. It was sunny this morning, cold, freezing this morning, sunny this afternoon, and then a sudden downpour there. We're absolutely soaked, but that's our worms wrapped up for until next time. So that's us done.
If you like our video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.
Until next time, bye bye.
Bye.